Welcome to Maths Global Learning Hub at Mr. T, your ultimate guide for mastering financial mathematics.
A pensioner reinvested his full pension payout of 2.5 million rands to be able to withdraw a monthly pension from this fund. He reinvested the money at an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded monthly. If he withdraws 25,000 per month, how many full months will he be able to receive 25,000 rands? In this question here, we need to decide whether we are going to use the present value formula or the future value formula. What is the difference between these two? For present value, I'm going to write here PV, and I'm going to show it graphically. So I'm going to draw a graph here on the horizontal axis. This is time. This is where we are starting. And then this is the amount. For PV, we start with an amount X. And from that amount X, we start to pay off until we reach a zero amount. But for FV, if I can show it graphically, this is our start. This is representing the time. This is representing the amount. So for FV, future value, we start with nothing. And as time progresses, we are investing a certain amount of money every month or every quarter, depending on how the investment is structured. And when we reach a certain point, we will see that in our account there, we have accumulated a certain amount of money here. So, if I summarize here, for PV, we start off with a certain amount of money, and then eventually or gradually, as time progresses, we end up with a zero amount in the account. And for FV, we start with a zero, then we end up with a certain amount of money in the account. So if we look at the question that we have here, the pensioner started with 2.5 million. So I am here, the pensioner started with an amount of 2.5 million rands. And he is going to withdraw 25,000 rands every month. As these withdrawals are being done, the amount of money in this account is reducing until he reaches a point where there is nothing in the account. So let me begin here by writing down the formula. PV is equal to after that, I'm going to do my substitution. My PV is 2.5 million. And my X is 25,000. The interest rate I'm told is 10% compounded monthly. And please do not forget to divide by the interest which is compounded monthly. And in this question, I need to isolate the variable n. So in my first step, I'm going to multiply 2.5 million by the interest in the denominator, and then divide by 25,000. If I do that, on this side, I'm going to be left with moving on, I can see that if I put this in the calculator, I'm going to get 5 over 6 is equal to 1 minus, and if I put this part in the calculator, this one in the brackets here, I'm going to get 121 over 120 to the power of negative n. Then I can say is equal to, if I move 5 over 6 to go to that side, I'm going to get 1 over 6. Using logs, I can see that my negative n is going to be equal to log my base. I'm going to write it here, and then 1 over 6. If I move on, you can see that negative n is equal to therefore n is equal to and in my conclusion, I can see that the pensioner will be able to withdraw full amounts of 25,000 Rand for 215 months.
That wraps up our lesson for today on financial mathematics. Thank you so much for your time.